Hello, I'm Thomas Reiner, the Lean Farmer, and welcome to another short video from Farming Outside the Box. You know, a lot of times when I try to explain the 8 wastes and how it relates to farming, sometimes I get a lot of people that disagree with it. You know, if you go through the 8 wastes real quick, right, you overproduce, you get inventory, you have to transport the inventory, you get defects in that inventory. That results in overprocessing, excess motion. You got people that are waiting, and then you're wasting employee potential. And so one of the defects that drives me crazy, and people may struggle with it or have a hard time seeing it in farming, is when an animal escapes or gets out of the fencing you got. And so let me give you an example. So whenever you have defects are going to automatically come with overprocessing, excess motion. You've got people that are waiting, and then you're also going to have wasted potential. And so let me show you an example of what happened to us, and you can see all of those wastes that are involved in what I'm talking about. So we live in the middle of nowhere. You know, there's our house there, and you can see there's not much around, and then as you zoom out, there's really not much around. And we had a cow that got away from us. They basically got out of the fence. We looked and looked and looked. I spent hours, family members spent hours looking all around the adjacent properties, walking. We ended up eventually driving, and then that place that I just zoomed in is where we found the cow, which was a good mile away. So that was our defect, and then we spent all this time trying to get this cow back up. Where that cow was at didn't have a good cattle chute, so we had to try to build our own cattle chute. Everybody's there. We're trying to, you know, piecemeal stuff and put it up to figure out how to get this cow loaded so we could get it back home. And all of this was associated with a defect of the cow getting out, you know. And then we had to transport the cow, which is part of the waste. Then the cow finally gets back to our place, and then she's got to get re-familiar with everything. And just the entire process is all nothing but waste, and it all comes from a defect. And so a lot of times people will overlook a defect, or they don't think it's that big of a deal, but every time you get a defect, mountains of waste come with it. So we did finally get her back, and that was the good news. So if you're a farm, if you're a business, if you're in the medical industry, whatever it is, if you've got defects, then you've got lots of waste. So be looking for the 8 wastes, be looking to figure out how you can get rid of those defects, and be making improvements. And thanks again for watching another short video from Farming Outside the Box.